guys see it, we've got three basic groups of stackers among us. Those who stack for quantity and weight, those who stack for quality and collectability, and those who kind of just, well, fall in the middle, buying both. But are the premiums on high-end silver worth it? And what did I just buy that went completely against my stacking mantra? We're going to take a look at that and more, so stay tuned. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to 2023.
Merry New Year!
Happy New Year. In this country, we say Happy New Year.
Ha 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 ha! Thank you for correcting my English, which stinks.
I hope everyone's doing well, and I'd like to thank you for being here today to check out the new video. It really does mean a lot to me that you chose to be here, even for a few minutes, and, well, I can't thank you all enough for the amazing support. It is appreciated more than you know, and you guys have been a huge, huge part of helping this channel grow. So today, we're going to look at some examples of premium silver and talk a little bit about whether or not we should be stacking it, along with some alternatives instead. Let's roll. All right, before I get started, I just want to qualify that I'm not giving advice on what to buy, what not to buy. I'm just going to present some premium stuff and give some alternatives that kind of contribute to my personal dollar cost average. So the way this is going to work is like this. I'll show you something on the high end, and then I'll give you an alternative to stack instead. And now this video is not going to really apply to the big rollers who just focus on the premium stuff. It's geared more toward those of us who like to have a sweet dollar cost average, but you know what? Also like to throw in a premium piece here and there. And that's me, by the way. I do stack conservatively with weight in mind, but I don't go all generic. I keep a healthy mix. And speaking of mixing it up, here's the latest buy that went against my stacking mantra. Now, you guys know I generally stay away from the collectible stuff, artsy stuff, but this is one I just couldn't resist. It's from Argentia Precious Metals, and this is the Slavic goddess Mara. And this is just unbelievable. This goddess is basically interpreted as Mother Nature in the most basic sense. She represents the death and rebirth of nature, specifically the end of winter and the beginning of spring. But I've got a video planned for Argentia products coming up, so we'll get into all this sometime down the road. But yeah, really sweet bar. Got a great price on it, couldn't resist. It's just a fantastic looking piece. Like I said, I usually avoid these. I could not avoid this one. I had to pick it up. Now I'm going to start off with 10-ounce bars, and if you're into these like, well, a lot of us are, you can definitely go down the rabbit hole when it comes to pricing on them. There are a ton of these to choose from, and quite a few of them are definitely priced on the higher side. But if you look hard enough, you can find some deals. Now, some bars that I consider premium. First one, without a doubt, Engelhard. They're vintage, and they are packed full of premium. They sell for well over the average price of other 10-ouncers. But they do hold their value, so if you buy at the right price, you'll typically get that value back or more. They're just a solid investment. Second one is Britannia. Since these are minted by the Royal Mint, they do carry a bit of a premium, and they do sell for more than other bars on a consistent basis. Like anything else, shop around, you can find deals on them. So what are the alternatives to buying high premium 10-ounce bars? Try looking at generic bars. Generic mint bars like this Silver Gold Bull or the APMEX bar. Both of them carry solid names behind them and definitely sell for less than the aforementioned bars. Just do your research on the pricing, because some dealers are selling these way too high. You can find better deals. Next up, 1-ounce silver bars, and their traits are going to be very similar to their 10-ounce counterparts, because some of them are just more collectible than others, and they carry a higher premium as a result of that. Now, some examples of higher-end stuff, Una and the Lion for one. There's kind of an exception to this. It's a limited edition. There were only 35,000 made. And the theme itself is insanely popular among collectors. So you're talking instant silver premium. And as a result, they do tend to sell in the $45 to $60 range on the secondary. That's a lot of money for 1 ounce of silver. Another one is the Dragon bars. It's a collectible theme, no matter who puts one on there. But typically the Australian Dragon bars, well, those are in the $40 to $50 range. Again, pretty pricey for 1 ounce of silver. So what are your alternatives? Again, just like the 10-ounce bars, try the private mints. Like these. Asahi makes a beautiful bar. Absolutely beautiful bar. A couple of other ones that I like. JBR does a great job on theirs. Really nice. Even JM Bullion got in on it. Beautiful proof finish bar. That's amazing. Atmex, another one. Private mint, looks fantastic. Silvertown, just make sure you're careful about these. These seem to be one of the most counterfeited bars on the earth. I don't know why the Chinese chose to focus on them, but to avoid all that, get you some Sunshine Minting. These are my favorite because they're instantly verifiable if you have the lens. So get you the lens and stack up on a bunch of these if you can. Good price on these. There you have it, 1 ounce bars. Next category, Tier 1 government-backed, Tier 2 government-backed, and generics. Now, most of us know the values of Tier 1 stuff. You see it all in front of you. And that includes Libertads, Eagles, Maples, Pandas, Brits, Krugs, Phils, Roos. We also know that those come with premiums, even though some, like the Phils and Kangaroos, can be found with great deals, since they are in what I consider personally to be the lower end of Tier 1 bullion. So what are some alternatives? Well, you can always go to Tier 2, since they're still government-backed, but typically less expensive. A couple of examples, and these are from the Scottsdale Mint. This particular one is limited to 15,000, comes in its own capsule, and you can't beat it. Samoa. I believe that run had about 15,000 on it, so it was limited. Here's another one, Seahorse. Here's one from Montserrat, Blue Angelfish. One of my favorites is the Barbados Trident. Beautiful. And one more for good measure, another set of Seahorses. So you can always go with those. They are definitely more affordable. Or you can take a step up. Gibraltar Lady Justice. Boy, am I sold on these. These were limited to 100,000. And let me tell you something. These will rival any coin out there. Any round, any coin. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful design. Obverse and reverse. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm hooked on these. I'm close to stacking a full tube of them. Love them. And if you want to get in the collectible realm, you can get the antique version. These were limited to 5,000. So beautiful, beautiful rounds. But if those don't get as low in price as you'd like, well, then generics might be your game, right? There are some really cool generics out there to stack, like this Silvertown Eagle. I happen to love this design, by the way. One of my favorites. What else we got here? You got the Golden State Mint Eagle. Nice one. Scottsdale is always spot on with their generic stuff. Beautiful. And one of my favorite generics, the Scottsdale Reserve, with all its security features on there. Beautiful round, affordable. You can stack some weight with that sucker. Just make sure you understand. There's a key thing to understand about generics. If you go to resell them, they're most likely going to sell for the least amount of money out of everything in your stack. That's just the generic game, guys. Stack weight, pay low, sell low. All right, last category for today, 2 ounce rounds. There are a lot of high-priced examples out there, but two that stand out are the Queensbee series. And if you didn't get in on those early, you might have missed the boat on them because they're selling in the $80 and up range nowadays. Same with this Una and the Lion, which can sell easily in the $100 range. Reason being, this is from the East India Company. They minted this, and it was a highly limited edition. There were only 1,000 of these issued, so it's pretty pricey for St. Helena. But it is beautiful. It's bigger than most, and it's got some nice weight to it. But again, I got in early on it, so I didn't spend $100 on it, but that's what they sell for now. But what are some alternatives? Well, again, generics. This is from Golden State Mint. Nice little Walking Liberty round. Great design on the back. I would almost call that high relief. It pops out of there. Pretty good stuff. So you could do that one, or you can go to the private mints again. We're back to those. JM Bullion puts out a nice one. Good stuff. Just good stuff. So those are both really nicely done and good alternatives if you're going to stack 2 ounce silver. So we're going to start closing this video out, but before we do, I want to do a lightning round of other silver to avoid stacking if you're strictly going for weight. Now, this list won't apply if you like the stuff, obviously, because that's what you see here. I bought these because I liked them, and you have to do that, I think, every now and then. You got to throw something in there. Got to keep it interesting. But again, just know that these next examples tend to be pretty pricey, and you're not getting the best value for your buck. We'll start with licensed Tier 2 issues like most of the Tuvalu stuff. They have cornered the market. Absolutely cornered the market on licensed stuff. It's unbelievable. If I'm not mistaken, the Perth Mint in Australia mints most, if not all, of Tuvalu's coins. And they're pretty awesome since they have a lot of licensed stuff to show off on their bullion. The problem with licensing, well, it can be costly. Someone's got to pay the bill, which the mint does, and then they pass it off to you, the buyer. So a lot of the licensed stuff definitely isn't stacker friendly. Another example. Beautiful, beautiful rounds. The Black Flag series. Again, Tuvalu. Like I said, they've pretty much cornered the market for the high dollar stuff, but wow. What a coin. What a coin. Here's another one. Same thing. William Moody. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. But pricey. These things are selling in the $90 to $100 range, so it's kind of crazy. Another one to avoid is the high dollar private mint generics. Mason Mint, Germania, Silver Shield, yada, yada, yada. Make no mistake, these are definitely well done. I mean, these are absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful work. And I will buy some of them because they're just awesome as hell. But again, they're going to cost you. They're not the most cost-effective silver to stack. But I also rank it in the category of get what you like because just wow. I love this one. That is just badass. And the last one, slabbed or TEP. If you're going to get slabbed, make sure it means something to you because I don't think every coin needs to be slabbed. I mean, really, early production, yeah, that doesn't really mean anything to me. I do know that I paid more for that because it's slabbed and because I like the Golden Gate Bridge. And I did a project where I went to California, went to the Golden Gate, took this coin and held it up and took a picture with the real Golden Gate. It was just a cool little thing I did. But Peanuts, you know, The Great Pumpkin, we all grew up with that. Most of us did. E.T., fantastic movie when we were kids. Those are all examples. But TEPs, they charge you an average of $5 more for just this plastic TEP. And that's tamper evident packaging. Is it really worth an extra $5? I just don't know. Unless you collect TEPs, these should be on your pass list. I only buy the ones that have some kind of meaning to me, but I don't buy them in multiples. All right. There you have it. Now, what are your thoughts on stacking premium silver? Do you buy any? Do you buy a few? Or do you strictly stack for weight and dollar cost average at the lowest possible amount? Let me know in the comments down below. Sound off. I'd love to hear from you. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. And if you made it this far, well, kudos to you. I will definitely catch up with you in the next episode. But in the meantime,
What do you want to do with your life?
hell yeah, get stacked. Wishing you all an amazing 2023. Stay safe and be well, everyone. I am out of here. Peace, folks.
Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes.